Right, welcome back, everyone. With your permission, and just due to timing, councillors, I'm going to move to item 10.6, the Mayor's Task Force for Jobs overview, and invite Jaron to come forward, and we'll take that one first. Thanks, Jaron. It is on councillors page 119. Welcome.
Thank you, Mayor Tracy. Thanks, Brian. Thanks, councillors. Good to see you all again. Second time in front of council. So if I make any protocol steps, let me know. So I'm just here to talk about the outcomes for the last financial year with the Mayor's Task Force for Jobs program, community employment program here in the district. Can I take that as being read or just, yeah. So I guess the key highlights were that we've essentially met our target set by MSD, getting 41 employment placements that fit their contractual outcome criteria. So that was 37 sustained employment outcomes. We had young people employed for 90 days or more. If we had one more, that would have met the target, and we actually had that person. We had a couple of people the next week reach their outcomes. So it was essentially 100% in those targets.
Councillors, do you have any questions? Councillor Wallace?
I suppose I could, and I might be in a conflict of interest for next year. So is that the protocol?
We'll wait till the next year.
Yeah, so I'm up.
If you're interested in a young person, Jaron's right there. That'd be fantastic. Thank you. Councillor Wards.
Thank you, Mayor Tracy. Nice to see you, Jaron. We've been very patiently waiting in the background, I can see. Hey, great report. I'm curious to understand how, given you've come into the role, and I know I think there's obviously been some changes at REAP as well, how has that working relationship between both providers working well together? Has there been any challenges or any highlights out of being able to both support each other?
Yeah, the relationship with REAP is still going strong. Their contract changed quite a bit once I had left.
Okay.
Yeah, so they went into an MSD contract as well. Their outcome criteria was totally different to when I was there with the PGF
Right.
funding. So there is still a bit of crossover. Kayla, the new coordinator there, I helped hire her with Elaine. So, and I've known her for a long time, so there's still a good relationship there.
Awesome.
Yeah, the environment has changed a lot over the last 6 months or so. So we're still trying to navigate what that all means, not only with REAP, but also all the other community support organisations. Yeah, trying to navigate and find our way through.
Appreciate your feedback. Good job.
Thank you. Are there any further questions from Jaron? No. Just a general comment. Minister Upston spoke at the Mayor's Task Force for Jobs breakfast at Local Government New Zealand conference, and reiterated the government's support for the program and what it did mean. They have extended the contract for the 12 months, but they will be looking at the numbers closely, leveraging, on the relationships that are here locally and looking after our local people. So it was really good to hear from her on that respect, and know they see the generational change that this is making within communities. So that was great. Right, and if anyone's got any leads, we're certainly out there and working in this challenging environment. Councillor Chase.
Thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen.
The approximate 4 months without a MGA, lack of active coordinator, was that within the 23 to 24 period?
Considering that, those numbers are actually pretty good, even with that lack of having a coordinator there. I'm quite impressed with that. My other question that I'd like to ask is about the rural games. What do you expect to get out of the rural games by attending that?
Yeah, it's so first of all, with the gap, it worked out quite well. Fontaine left the role in November or December. Christmas period is always quiet anyway, and it took me a couple of months to get to know the lay of the land and all that sort of thing. So she left it in really good stead. So it was it was good to be able to get those numbers without too much of a disruption. So it worked out quite well. In terms of the rural games, I've just had a meeting recently with Colin and his name was the coordinator there. So we're still trying to figure out what that would entail. There are going to be schools there. We just have to work out whether our schools here are going to attend. I want to check with the central TFJ office to see if we can have other districts attend. So it's very, we might have a stall. I might just be there. I'm not too sure, but yeah, we'll be there in some capacity. Hopefully we'll be able to talk to young people that are keen on getting into farming or rural employment, and catch those ones that are from the Tararua or from other districts. And yeah, it'll be interesting to see what we can do there.
That came to the rural games on the Tararua District doesn't normally attend on a Friday, but actually on the Friday there's around 1,000 young people at the games who trial things and have their own sort of competitions. And because both our colleges do have that rural presence, so we're trying to talk to them as to whether they're going as well. So it is a large number of young people, but they're there on the Friday with that focus. So it may not be the weekend, but definitely the Friday. Councillor Johns.
Mayor Tracy. Yeah, thanks, Jaron. A query. This outward bound experiences, I see there are 5 bookings, I take it, totaling about 23,000. Is that money covered, or is that to be found on top of what's, or have you got 5 booked to go on that on outward bound experiences?
These are scholarships that Outward Bound themselves supply to different districts. And so usually there is a remaining fee of $500 or so that would need to be made up by the family or the young person. And case by case basis, we'd like to cover that depending on the person and their situation. But there is no, the challenge is finding those youth to attend. We've got people in mind. So these 5 programs, so we have 2 spots saved in each of these. And it's a matter of, one of the criteria is that they're not allowed to vape or smoke during that time, and there's no social media. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So it's a matter of finding those youth that are ready for that experience, trying to get them ready for it, making sure they know what an opportunity it is. I've been surprised at how many people turn it down for whatever reason. Yes, yeah, and the feedback that I've had since I've been in the position, everyone that we've sent down just raves about it, and it has been a turning point for a couple of them. So, we just need bums on seats. Yeah, get them on the ferry, and so there's no extra money that we need to find for those.
Councillor Long.
Through you, Mayor Tracy. Thanks, Jaron. I can't believe people would refuse it. I think you may need to get the people that went the previous 1 or 2 years to try and talk to these young ones and just encourage them. Thank you.
Fantastic, and I know it is tough, but the ones that have gone away and stayed off the vapes is an opportunity to actually change habits. And some of the young people that I've seen go away, those habits do stay with them. And I think some of the feedback has just been phenomenal around leadership and life changing for some of the young people. So. No, so if you if you see any young people within the district that, certainly come back to Jaron, it's always good to have a few names on the list because, as you say, some people do turn it down. Sometimes it doesn't suit the timing as well. But the team also help, and we've borrowed a bit of gear and make sure it's quite hard for some young people to have all the gear to go away with. But we'll do whatever we can to assist with that. Right, thank you. If there's no further questions, the recommendation is on page 119. The report from Mayor's Task Force for Jobs for Coordinator dated the 22nd of August 2024 concerning the Mayor's Task Force for Jobs overview 23-24 be received. Moved Councillor Wallace, seconded Councillor Peter Webber. All those in favour, please say aye. Aye. Against? Thanks, Janice. Right, now we will move to item 10.5, the road closure request for Explore Pahia Toa. We'll take the report as read. Right, recommendation on page 113 and 114 is moved Councillor John, seconded Councillor Long. All those in favour, please say aye. Against? Carried. Thank you. Right, move to item 10.7, then I will go back to the community boards at the end. So item 10.7, requests for information under the Local Government Official Information and Meetings Act. Ali, did you wish to speak to this? It looks like you've been very busy again, and I think that having this report made public and being able to look and see what is there and being requested has been incredibly valuable. So thank you.
I think we could just take the report as read. As always, as soon as you write the report, you get another swathe of requests coming through, and there have been some that have come through related to Pahia Toa flooding after I've done this report, and one of them's like it came through a different system, so it took a couple of days to get to me, but it will be reflected in the next one.
Thank you. Anyone have any queries? The recommendation is on page 123. Can I have someone move that be received? Councillor John, seconded Councillor Chase. All those in favour, please say aye. Against? Carried. Then we've got the item 10.8, the proposed change to the start time of Tararua District Council meetings with a recommendation there. Now you'll know. Okay, so if there's no questions on that, the recommendation on page 131 has been moved by Councillor Wallace, seconded by Councillor Chase. All those in favour, please say aye. Aye. Okay, carried. Thank you, councillors. Right, we'll just head back to, before we go into portfolio report, if we can go back to our community committees. Starting with the Ikitahona Community Board. I'll take that, if I can move the community committees and community boards as one block, and then we'll go through them. Do I have a mover for that? Councillor Sutherland, seconded Councillor Peter Webber. All those in favour, please say aye. Carried. The Ikitahona Community Board, page 25. Page 26. Page 27. page 28 and page 29. Just noting on page 29, the digital spaces trailer hasn't been launched yet. It's not quite ready.
Have we got a date?
I don't have a date off the top of my head, but it is, I think we are waiting for the date for the Minister Mitchell's visit to the Tararua District to combine those two, but I haven't got a date at the moment. I'll come back to you with what. I think they were just waiting for some electrical work to be finished. That's all. The minutes for Explore Pahiatua Community Committee, page 30, page 31. Page 32. And Councillor Franklin, I just wondered, when you present your report, is that a written report or is that a verbal report? Do you think they could pop your report in as a record? That would be helpful. I know it's good when we capture Councillor Gilmore's.
About council meeting in May, so, and I don't focus on page 2 of that report.
Thank you. Page 33, page 34, page 35. Just in regards, I presume the item 13.6, the swimming pool, they had a strategy meeting with the council PMO. That'll be reported back through ICCM projects. Okay. Page 36. Sorry, Councillor Long.
Through you, Mayor Tracy, just the surge of donations have been received. Any amount? Are we aware of any?
Through you, Your Worship. No, I haven't heard any amounts, but I know that there was a lot of sales of the bricks. It took a while for them to set up a spreadsheet system to be able to respond to them also. It's been quite a slow process, but I can find that out for you.
Thanks, Councillor Franklin. You might want to bring some paperwork into the next council meeting for some of the bricks. Okay. Six. The Dennyburg Community Board, page 37, page 38, page 39, page 40. I could just query 8.10, the skate park, with the memorandum of understanding being signed with council and construction could now begin on the new skate park. Will there be any consultation on design or?
Right, through you, Worship. It's not construction, it's the planning and the design. So we're just waiting for the other side, the designers, to come back with the signed memorandum, and then it'll go back out to public. Yeah, so it's not quite the construction yet.
Thank you. I didn't I lost a step. Page 42. And the meeting minutes for Positively Woodville, page 43. Page 44. 5. Page 46. Audio report. Franklin.
Thank you, Your Worship. Not a report, but an update to let you all know that Connect Tararua will be presenting at the Community Development and Wellbeing meeting next week.
Franklin. Are there Councillor Johns?
Yes, Your Worship. Possibly just a brief comment on a little committee that has evolved.
Can I just get you popping microphone?
A
Sorry.
little committee that's grown up tentatively called the Eastern Te Apiti Group, initiated by Mavis Mullins with a view to get active with regards to the plan for the Te Apiti. The governance, Te Apiti governance group put together a master plan for the gorge, in which there was a suggestion or proposal for a discovery centre at the eastern end, that's like Ferry Reserve end, a swing bridge, primarily to attract people to this end of the gorge and not the other end, or both. Anyway, a small group has evolved that includes Mavis, Sean from Rangatani, Joy Coper, who's positively Woodville, Ron Maybe, Domain Board, and Catherine Maybe, his daughter-in-law. She's pretty bright young things. Mayor Tracy, myself, and Scott. We've met a couple of times. We've got another meeting on Friday, a brief catch-up. We've contracted the designer and developer of the original Te Apiti master plan, Australian company, to produce a business case for the Discovery Centre and the activity, if you like, at our end. His fee was $30,000 to do that, from which the Woodville Domain Board has agreed to put in $10,000 to help with that. Woodville Lions Club's agreed to put in a couple of $1,000. Positively, Woodville will be asked next Tuesday night probably to contribute some money. The idea being that if it's not seen to be just iwi, it's a community supported initiative to do it. And the more groups we can have contributing to that, and unlikely groups like Lions Club, and even the Domain Board, hopefully will create a little bit more oomph to the application for the RIF funding. So, you know, that's just to let you know that that's happening. Colin he's also on that committee, as has Malcolm Thomas, through courtesy of Brian, allowing the staff to be part of that.
I'm pretty sure Thomas is saying,
Oh, sorry, yes, that's right. More updates to follow.
Thanks, Councillor Johns. Is there any other updates? I did touch on the planning for Heather Monk, and I know for many of us that went to Local Government New Zealand conference, we came back home on the Saturday and had two pretty hefty agendas to work through, so I haven't done a report on the conference, but if anyone did wish to speak on that, you're welcome to. Otherwise, I'll go to my notes and work on those. Councillor Wards.
Sorry, Mayor Tracy, that was quicker to just stick on the photo rather than the hand. Just can I clarify, Heather Monk's Civic Award, you mentioned to the public it was the 19th. I think it's the 21st, unless it's changed on me. It's a Saturday afternoon. So planning is progressing very well with that. Heather has met with Mayor Tracy and I understand that communications are moving very quickly with Lavon as well. So watch the space. It'll be a very special celebration.
Thank you for that. I'll get an update on that and you'll receive invitations in due course. So it certainly will be a special celebration. Okay, just moving into mayoral matters. I sent an email out just to congratulations to Patty Driver on being appointed on the Hawke's Bay Local Advisory Committee for Fire and Emergency New Zealand. I think that he'll do Tararua very proud and certainly be an active voice there. Kate Taylor, the chair of that committee, and Patty will come to one of our meetings and present and talk about those roles and what they can do for us and what they advocate for us on. So I look forward to that. What there? There is nothing further, councillors. I will close our meeting. Checking online. Thank you all very much for today. It has been a big and a significant day, and it's certainly on the back of Local Government New Zealand Conference. To both at the council, the reading and the community. I'll leave us with our district whakataaki. Let the winds of the Ruahine and Tararua give you strength. Let the waters of the Manawatu nourish you. For we are the Pounamu of Te Tāpiri Nui o Whātonga. Kia ora.
Actually, just up this week, got an ICU agenda meeting. Some stage. Briefly